Incoming! What now, partner?
Well, hey there, let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted to soar through the skies in a massive battlesuit, cutting down enemies while dodging a storm of missiles? Or maybe you have always dreamed of building your own mech from the ground up, tweaking every weapon and armor piece until it feels truly yours? If that sounds like your kind of fun, then Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion, however it is pronounced, has probably caught your attention already. But the real question is, does it actually live up to that dream, or is it just another game that looks cooler than it feels? Let's find out. So, Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion is an action game by Marvelous First Studio, released for Nintendo Switch 2, PlayStation 5, Windows, and Xbox Series X and S. I played it on PC using the highest settings preset without DLSS, so I got to see what the game could really offer at its best, or at least what it tried to. Visually, the game looks fine but not breathtaking. The open world environments are quite wide but they lack life. You will be flying and running through huge stretches of land that feel empty, with repetitive events scattered here and there. It is not terrible, but honestly, it feels quite ugly and boring at times. The frame drops are another issue that comes and goes. Sometimes they are minor, other times they get frequent enough to break immersion. It is frustrating at times, but overall the game runs smooth enough for a good playtime. When things work, it can look decent, especially when you are flying at max speed across the map. The boost flight feels similar to the game Anthem, while gliding over the sandy environments feels somewhat like the other game Atlas, Forgotten Atlas or something like that. Character models this time around feel more mature compared to the previous game, and that fits the darker tone and world design quite nicely. I do like how they moved away from the overly stylized anime look and leaned a little more into something grounded while still keeping their anime aesthetics intact. That being said, facial animations could have been better. They are not bad, but they do not add much emotion either. It makes conversations feel somewhat hollow. I also wish they had given players more control over character customization. Most of it revolves around using clothes from NPCs and recoloring them. It feels a little lazy and uninspired. Now, one thing I absolutely love is the customization of your mechanical suit, or arsenal as it is called. The options are vast, from weapons to armor parts to the new fusion system that lets you mutate your character for special weapon abilities. You can dual wield swords or guns, mix weapons, or even go for a shield and sword setup. You can carry up to 4 different weapons and switch between them mid-battle if you have them equipped. That gives combat a sense of flexibility that I really enjoyed. The problem is that overall combat flow does not feel as smooth as I would have liked. Controls take some getting used to, especially when juggling between flight, dodging and switching weapons in the middle of a fight. But once you get into the rhythm, dashing around and slicing through enemies can be fun. There are some genuinely enjoyable features like being able to drive vehicles, including a motorbike that can turn into a turret. You can also ride alien horses, which is a neat touch. The Colosseum battles are probably one of my favorite parts of the game. Fighting through ranks and testing out builds there felt rewarding and entertaining. But while the gameplay systems are decent, the structure of progression feels a little restricting. Many weapons and armor pieces are locked behind story missions or mercenary ranks. I do not like when games hide items that way. I would have preferred to at least see what is available but locked, rather than being unaware of what I am missing out on. Sound design and voice acting are decent. The performances are what you would expect from a sci-fi anime style game. Explosions and gunfire have some punch to them, though not enough to feel truly powerful. There is a good attempt at immersion through NPCs scattered around the world, each saying something when you walk by, but it becomes annoying quickly. The problem is that dialogue stops abruptly when you walk just a few steps away, so it ends up sounding like random chatter being thrown at you non-stop.
I'm just dying to ride a vehicle! Those are precious materials.
It would have been more enjoyable if their conversations continued naturally even when you moved slightly away. The fusion system is interesting, but I really wish the game allowed previewing the mutation effects before finalizing them. It is a small detail, but it matters when you are trying to build your perfect character. Traversal could have been more dynamic too. You can boost or fly at max speed, but there is no way to combine both, which sometimes make exploration feel slow and clunky. Overall, Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion is not a bad game, but it is not a great one either. It sits somewhere in the middle. It gives you the tools to have fun, but it will not hand that fun to you. You have to find it yourself. If you are into sci-fi mechanical suits or mecha style game, you might find enough here to keep you entertained for a while, especially if you play with a friend in co-op. But if you are looking for a highly polished, emotionally engaging or fluid combat experience, you may end up disappointed. To me, the game feels like a project with good ideas that never fully take off. There are moments where it shines, like the customization, the flying, speed, or Colosseum fights, but those moments are surrounded by long stretches of dull environments and repetitive gameplay. I cannot recommend it to everyone, but I can say that if you love tinkering with mechs, experimenting with builds, and you enjoy that anime style sci-fi world, then it might be worth your time. That is all for my quick review of Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you taking the time to listen. I hope this helped you get a clearer picture of what to expect from a game. If you enjoyed the review or found it helpful, a like would mean a lot, and feel free to share your thoughts below. I'm Castigator signing off for now. Take care of yourselves, and I will catch you in the next one. And that is it for today's video. I am really thankful to you for watching the video and hanging out here on my channel. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stick around. There is a lot more coming your way. Stay tuned, take care, and as always, keep gaming. See you next time.